Hi everyone, Xavier here. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I made a video like this, and today this is going to be a little bit of an update as well as just more clarifications about the Japan trip and what type of content to expect going forward. Now, obviously, my Hugh Jackman concert videos are all published. If you didn't know from the last upload I did. I know it wasn't exactly like a lot of people really cared or watched, but I don't really care. It was just mainly for preservation's sake, as well as if anyone was curious about what the concert was like. As for what I'm going to be uploading for the next few months, it's going to be a bit more sporadic, and it's mainly again like some stuff that I got backlogged on my like phone and stuff. Some clips of like some animals I found I've recorded, some interesting little shorts and treats like that. Again, like I'm not gonna do like the movie collection stuff until the end of the year, and there's not so much like video content that I have really cooked up and would want to be super committed to. But with that said, the main bulk of the video is about what to expect at the Japan trip. I guess I'll say why I did Japan in the first place. Fascinating country, always want to go. I was supposed to go years ago. Well, actually, it wasn't. I wasn't supposed to go years ago. I had the potential to go years ago, but some changes to the plans made it so that way I didn't go. I went to Costa Rica instead. I would have uploaded some stuff from Costa Rica, but I can't find any picture or video I've made of Costa Rica. That was like years ago, like 2017. Like it was, and I had a very old phone at the time. I don't think it, like I don't know if I know that some of my family did, but in terms of the stuff that I did, it's all gone. So Japan. I also wanted this to be my first true trip. Yes, at family trips aside, this is the first trip I am doing by myself, and doing going to hotels by myself, taking flights by myself, all that stuff. So it'll be a very interesting experience, and it helps that Japan isn't like it's pretty like travel friendly in my opinion. I'm gonna, now that said, I guess I can explain a bit about where I'm going to go in Japan. Um, I of course I'm going to Tokyo. Obviously, I mean, like where else are you going to go? First off, I'm going to be in Tokyo for nearly a week. Then I am going to take like a side trip to Yokohama, which, if you don't know, is the second biggest city in the country. It's sort of like it's where a lot of Chinese immigrants settled in Japan. Has one of the biggest Chinatowns in the world. Just sort of a nice little side trip. I'm spending a few days in Nagoya, which is one of the larger cities, and in between Tokyo and Kyoto with the train. I am going to take a bullet train as well. Nagoya specifically, though, I am stopping because I am going to check out the Studio Ghibli theme park. And if you also don't know, there is a Studio Ghibli museum in Tokyo. I would have liked to done that, but there's also the Studio Ghibli theme park, which has some recreations from stuff from some of the movies. And I felt that was a bit more intriguing than the museum. I know a lot about Studio Ghibli and the anime films and the animation and creators, all that. I don't need to really get a full learn depth about it. I'd rather see something that is recreated that's more interesting. Um, I'm going to spend after Nagoya, of course, in Kyoto for a good few days. I hope that the Nintendo Museum is open by then. They said it was going to be open by March, which if you haven't known, they have not really got an update on that yet. So who knows? If it doesn't open by the time, which by the way, I am going around September, late September, to Japan. So fall. It's still pretty hot actually in the fall time, so that will be nice. But regardless, the Nintendo Museum isn't going to be there. Whatever. There's a lot to do in Kyoto alone. Then I'll do a few days in Osaka, which is the foodie not foodie capital, but like the foodie city of the country. Lots of great regional food there. I also will try to check out Universal Studios Japan there as well. The Nintendo World and stuff. I know. being a geek and all that, of course I want to see the stuff of Nintendo and the Studio Ghibli, all that stuff. It's fun. I am going to see temples though. I'm going to do a lot of museums, a lot of temples, a lot of parks, just exploring. And the big final destination before I head back home. Technically, the final day of the trip will be in Narita, since I have a few hours to kill before I head back to Canada. I'll see the parks and all that. But the last week of the trip, I'm going to be in Okinawa Island, which, for those who don't know, is essentially the Hawaii of Japan. There is a chain of islands that are in the southwest of the country, beaches, forests. They grow a lot of tropical fruit, have their own unique cuisine. They have one of the biggest aquariums in the world. Lots of things to do on Okinawa Island. It's also a place that a lot of people tend to overlook because there's no trains there, so people don't want to overpay for something when they have the train pass, which I'm not going to use the train pass. My trip is actually kind of conservative in terms of my budget and where I'm going. And also you have to take a plane there, which it wasn't cheap. It wasn't exactly expensive for me. It was actually kind of cheap to go from the mainland to Okinawa. So that is essentially my trip. I am obviously leaving out specific museums and attractions and stuff aside from the few I've mentioned. And what to expect going forward is that when it comes to the Japan trip, I will of course be taking pictures and videos. In terms of what type of, obviously, I'm not gonna be vlogging and streaming there. I don't think I even have the amount of subscribers to even stream. I believe. I think it's it's ridiculous with YouTube. But when I will upload some things on YouTube. Now, granted, it's gonna be after I get back from Japan because I do not want to obsess when I'm on vacation. I need to upload and put stuff like this to go online. Like I might share some things on like my X account or even on my community posts, but I'm not going to be uploading videos and trying to fix them up until I get back here. And in terms of what videos you to expect, I am definitely going to be doing some videos on the food. Obviously there's going to be some crazy food there that isn't just sushi and ramen. There is of course going to be the attractions that I'll be going to, some museums and stuff, some of the temples. Obviously, there's also you have to be very courtesy of how much you record in the country. There is rules regarding it, and you could actually get arrested if you aren't careful. Which obviously, like I'm gonna be fine. Not fine as I'm gonna be fine as in I'm gonna be modest. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, look at everything, and try to record people's faces because that's a big no-no in the country. There is also the fact that when I do record, I'm gonna use because I'm using my my Samsung here. There's a director's view format, which if you don't know, basically the phone will record both the selfie camera here and the camera on the outside here. So you can actually see both from the outside there, what's pointing, what this camera's pointing to, and my face from this side. That format mainly probably for like the food stuff, or unless I'm seeing some crazy thing that, you want to see my face, but I also feel like if, say, I'm going to be at the aquarium, you don't want to see my face take up like a portion of the screen. You want to see what I'm seeing. So it's going to be interesting. And as you could tell, I'm very excited for this trip, and I'm excited to share any of the things that I experienced over there. And that's essentially what, that's the gist of it. That's why I'm making this video, just to explain details of what to expect, with the Japan trip and what type of the coverage what you're going to see on YouTube. As well as the little update about before that, I'll just be uploading some, stuff that I found on my phone that I feel, it'll be fun to share. So that's about it. That's about the, that's just the big update so far. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do a second video prior to the actual trip to go into more detail because Um, Honestly, like it's more of a better to explain. The video will explain it more than just me trying to explain the entire trip, at least in my opinion. And I will, if I ever do any future trips that is more like Japan. In fact, I do want to do a second trip to Japan because I'm not, as you can tell, I haven't touched the surface of the country. I'm not going to Hiroshima. I'm not going to Hokkaido. I would love to go to these places, but I only have so little time and money to do this. As well as the fact that for my first trip, I don't want to rush myself everywhere. That would be more of a if I did a future trip when I know exactly what to expect in the country. For my first trip, I want to be more kind of modest and conservative, and just want to be more relaxed than just rushing to a goal. Um, but if I were to do a second trip to Japan, I'll definitely do more coverage. I'll definitely do all over the country. Um, and essentially, if I do any other trips that isn't Japan or in general, I will try to maybe record something and share it online. There is one more update actually that is not related to the Japan vlog. I did mention I am doing some music videos in the summer. I'm not going to explain who these videos are for. I am not going to upload them to my channel even because I'm not the one creating the music. The artist is the one who's creating the music. I will share, the videos once they are finished and they are uploaded on, the channel that they're going to. Maybe there'll be some behind the scenes footage, during the summer I could share with the singer. um, I'm like I don't want to explain because it's not like, oh my god, I signed an NDA. This guy's not even. It's more like out of courtesy of respect because it's like a friend of mine and I want to make the debut more interesting. Um, but yeah, I will be making some music videos in the summer. Once they are done, I will share it not on my channel, but I will be putting on community posts and everything to spread the word. And who knows, maybe I'll make more music videos. I think we're aiming for 2 this summer, but yeah. So essentially, a lot of things that are happening for the rest of the year. I know that the Hugh Jackman stuff wasn't, the most exciting thing, but it's just something I want to preserve. Um, and I don't think at the end of the day, I never want to do like YouTube in general is more of a side thing for me. It's not like, oh my god, I'm here to make money. I don't think that's a goal for me to really seriously consider. This is just for fun, and I want to do the trip. I want to share the trip. I want to share collection, all that stuff. Like just things that I kind of want to do for fun. But with that said, that's about the video. There's not much else to add upon. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next. Stay tuned for Japan. Stay tuned for the shorts that I'm going to put up in the next few weeks and so. And once those music videos are done, I'm going to share them. And just thank you for watching. So have a good day.